Hi everyone, thanks for joining us again. Today we're going to do the final installment in our series on our holiday videos. Now we're going to do a dessert. For the dessert we're going to do a cheesecake, New York cheesecake.
Woo!
Now I've been doing this particular recipe for about 20 years now. I came across this recipe long time ago and really liked it, so this is my go-to recipe for the cheesecake. We have 5 cream cheeses.
Wow, that's a lot of cream cheese.
I always like using the Philadelphia. It just seems you can never go wrong with this. I've never really used anything else other than this. They have the low-fat kind. I haven't used that either. I just use the original one. And what I do is I like taking this out earlier in the day because you want it softened. It's easier to work with when we blend it. So I took this out, quite a few hours ago, and it came down to room temperature. We have a little butter, graham cracker crumbs, white sugar, 7 eggs. It's going to be 5 eggs and 2 yolks, some heavy whipping cream, a little flour, lemon juice, vanilla extract. We use a pinch of salt, and then we haven't decided which topping we're going to put on. Now you could serve it plain. You could put your favorite topping on. You could do cherries, strawberries, blueberry. If you want to get fancy, you could even make your own toppings, but we're going to use it from the can. For the equipment, what you're going to need is a 10-inch spring pan. Now if you haven't seen one of these, it has this little attachment on the side, this little lever on the side. It opens and then it comes down. You see how you have this groove here? And you have the lip of the pan. So it fits right over that.
I've never seen that before. That's
really
neat. Yeah, I've never seen that before.
And this is specifically for, making the cheesecakes. And when you close it, you just go like that and it's sealed in. So we cook it in here, and then when we're done, you just open it and lift it out.
Wow, very nice.
Yep. We're going to have a nice big mixing bowl, stainless steel, and then we have the mixer. And that's all you're going to need to make a cheesecake. Okay, the first step is we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of butter. And you see on the sticks of butter how they conveniently put all the tablespoon measurements on there? Yeah. Makes it real good. So right there we're going to do the 2 tablespoons.
I always use that. It's great.
Isn't that convenient?
It is.
Put it in there. And we're going to melt this so we could put it in the microwave. The next step, the butter's in the microwave. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. We're going to take the graham cracker crumbs and put 1 1/4 cup. And we have our 1 cup measuring cup. That's 1. And that's about 1/4. So 1 1/4. And we're going to take 1/4 cup of sugar. Put that in. And the butter we just melted, we're going to pour that right in. And we mix it up. What do you think we're doing with this?
That's the crust, right? The bottom.
Very good. That's my girl.
I'm a little insulted.
Okay, now it's nice and moist from the butter. So let's pour it right in the pan. Spread that out, and we're going to put it a little up the sides too. And you very gently go around now, pushing it down. Make it a little harder as you go. You see how that's a nice pattern now? Gonna go up the sides just a bit. Now that we have the crust made, what we're gonna do is put it in the freezer to chill it. And by the time we're done with the batter, this will be ready to come out. We're gonna pour it in.
Okay.
So we're ready to start whipping the cream cheese. We have a standard mixer here. I always feel like I'm getting ready to do some carpentry work. This comes in like its own tool case.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Black & Decker.
Yeah. Looks like you're doing something serious.
The thing is, I purchased some of these before in the past, and the motor's burned out on it.
Oh, yeah.
So on this one, I thought, you know what? I'm going to find the most powerful one I could, and it happened to be a Black & Decker. Mm-hmm. And I haven't had any trouble.
How long have you had it?
Quite a few years. So sometimes this is one of those items where it's better to spend a little more on a good quality one, and it'll last a long time. So these are the two. We're going to fit them in, and they lock in place. And we have our bowl. I used to just go ahead and mix it here. But the thing with this is I'm not very coordinated in the sense where I'm not very neat. And sometimes as I do it, so, you know, I'll lift up my hand and some of the cheese will go squirting out or flying out. So what I do is I actually put it in the sink, and this sort of acts like a container. So this is where I do all my...
Oh yeah, so any that flies out is in the sink, not...
Yeah, I know it's a little unorthodox. Put the first one in. And we're going to beat them one at a time until it's light and fluffy. And number two, it makes a big difference when it's room temperature, so very important.
Yeah,
tip.
I would think it would be very hard.
If you do it right out of the fridge, it just doesn't go this season.
Wow, that is very light and fluffy, like you said.
Now look at the sides. See all that
Yeah.
tried to escape? Yeah.
That would have been all over me.
Okay, now let's just start scraping this off and put it in the middle. Get ready for the next step. Gonna add our other ingredients. 1.5 cup sugar. Okay, that was 1, and here's 1/2. 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour.
I would have never thought there was flour in this.
Yep. A dash of salt. And we'll put our lemon juice, 1.5 teaspoons. We have our 1/2 teaspoon measurement.
I'm really loving the sink thing because you're just really just gonna have to wash out the sink. That's it after you're done.
Isn't that beautiful? And my favorite ingredient in this recipe is the vanilla. 1 teaspoon. Okay, now we put all those ingredients, and now we're going to beat for 5 minutes. So we're going to time it. Now occasionally, during this 5-minute period, what I do is scrape the sides to put it all back in there, so we don't have any of these little remnants that don't get mixed. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. So now we're going to get ready to put the eggs in. We're going to add them one at a time and beating after each egg.
Oh, okay.
I prefer to crack the eggs in a bowl instead of right in the batter, because if you were to, you know, get an eggshell or something in there, you might not find it. You really don't want any eggshells.
That's a good idea.
Yes, I always prefer to
crack it into
in
a
here
bowl
and then just put it right in. And this is going to make it really creamy with all the eggs. It's going to be 5 whole eggs and then 2 yolks. Okay, we added the 5 eggs. Scrape the sides. And now the yolks. So to get the yolk, crack it in half. And just go from side to side like that. And put that in. Looks nice.
Huh? Looks delicious already. I could just eat it from the bowl. Who cares about the crust? Oh, I guess it has to be baked though, huh?
That helps.
That helps.
Okay, Okay, and that's the final egg. Okay, the last step is going to be a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. Rich and creamy.
Now it looks like cake batter.
Yes, it does. Let's take our chilled crust out. Put that on the counter. And now we just slowly pour it in. And if you don't have a 10-inch baking pan, you know, if it's 9 or 7, it has to be a little less, then just don't pour all of it in. This is a recipe for the 10-inch one. Okay. Now we have the oven preheated at 425. We're going to put it in for 10 minutes at 425. And then we're going to lower it to 250 and bake it for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So we'll note the time and then we'll reduce it. Okay, it's been 10 minutes at 425. So we're going to lower it to 250 and we're going to bake it for 1 hour and 15 minutes. All right, it's been 1 hour and 15 minutes. And one thing I didn't mention, once you set it to 250, don't open the oven door for the full 1 hour and 15 minutes. Just leave it closed and let it cook. If you open the door, it's going to reduce the heat in there and it won't cook right. Because 250 is real low. You don't want it to get it lower.
I was just catching your mitts. Your new mitts.
The ones that the princess got for me at Bed Bath & Beyond. She takes care of me. She hooks me up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's pull it out. We'll put it on the stove. Now with this recipe, it's going to cool for 1 hour, and then we have to put it in the fridge for at least 8 hours. So what I like to do is cook it the day before, then the next day serve it. So let it cool for 1 hour, and then we'll put it in the fridge. Okay, it's been cooling for 1 hour, and here it is. You see we got that crack in the middle, and don't be worried about that. That happens all the time. I think in all the years I've been making this, I had one that didn't do it, but that's very normal. And when we put the topping over it, you know, it's going to cover it, so, you know, it won't be any big deal. So I'll take this and I'll put it. You're following me?
I'm following you. Hey, this is door-to-door reporting here.
I took the liberty to put a little towel on the shelf where we're going to put it. And we're going to let it cool there for at least 8 hours. We're going to do it overnight.
They can see, I'm getting a good shot so they can see what's in our refrigerator.
Yeah, the whole milk and almond milk. And
yeah.
Okay, it's the next day. The cheesecake has been in there for quite a few hours. And I forgot to tell you, you need to cover it when, you know, you put it in the fridge. Just some aluminum foil over the top is good. There we have it. And again, don't worry about the split there. We're going to put a topping on, and we'll be okay. But we have to make a decision. Which one?
Cherry.
Go with you. You're feeling cherry?
Yeah.
You know that's what I was going to pick too.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I normally like this better, but since it's Christmas, we want a little red action.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
It's Christmassy.
Yeah.
I could just eat that. That's good. It looks good.
Yeah, the cherries are really elegant, I'll tell you.
Looks very professional.
And you see sort of how it, you know, dipped down a bit. That's really good.
Yeah, it's higher on the sides.
And that's perfect for the topping.
Keeps it in there.
No more crack.
Yep, can't even see it. You're right.
And there you have the New York cheesecake.